All right, y'all. So we got the part 2 video of why the Storm community is the most toxic community out there. And there is no better showcase than my recent stream where I basically was talking about the community and I basically got flooded slash rated by a whole bunch of different people from the Storm community all over my opinion and different things that I was talking about. And it was just wild. That shit was a movie. I think it's strange to just LARP and watch somebody quietly until they say something you don't like, or until they bring up something that you disagree with, and then bring over 20 people with you so that they can all sit in the comments and back you up, feeling like a pressured high school table where everybody wants you to just agree with whatever they're saying. Either I'm lying along with 100 people in comments and content creators who also agree with me, or we're changing narratives and you guys are far more toxic than you want to admit. That you guys do things is the way that it should be because you're actually good on a game that doesn't really require skill. I think it's the second option, but you guys let me know in the comments down below. Let's get straight into the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Now let me stop let me stop my role play, right? And let me keep it a band with y'all and tell y'all why I genuinely cannot stand this community. The first reason why I don't like them is because they will out you as a creator that's toxic or bad if you speak out against what they believe or are trying to do. So I got bad will about them because I made a casual friendly community and they sent spies, they sent weirdos, they again role playing, sent all types of people in the Discord to be toxic, to disrupt the casual space because they weren't invited and they weren't a part of it. And I made it a point to not make them a part of it because y'all are weird ass niggas. Would you let a weird nigga in your apartment, bro? If somebody's weird and they role playing, would you want to hang out with them? I'm not talking about making content or making videos or just doing parodies like RDC World. If these are just regular people who walk around you on a regular basis and they are weird niggas, would you invite them in your crib? Would you invite them in your personal space? Nah, bro, you keep that weird shit over there, bro. I'm trying to enjoy my peace. I'm trying to play the game with my friends. So that's what I tried to recreate. I'm like, you know what? This community is weird. Let me create a gated community where everybody can get online and get rid of the weird shit and just play, because there's a lot of characters in the game, and there's actually a lot of characters in the game and casuals who are part of the community that get bottled down by toxicity that would love a space without the weird shit to play all these characters regardless of skill level and have fun. It worked for a very long time. It worked. The shit was jumping. We worked. We was hitting Twitter numbers. We had Nechikage a part of it. We had dudes, you know, all different types of people a part of it who looked at it and was like, wow, this is a cool thing, man. And it was going good for a while. What did they do? Oh, this guy, who does this guy think he is? Who does he think he has the right to ban this? I made a tier list, frame 1. And this is where I start to edit around the audio based on what happened yesterday. So full context, like I said, I got to a huge big debate. It was with me, IPAL, also known as Cam, and Nechi was kind of in the middle of it, trying to figure out what's going on and like what's going on with this debate and all types of stuff. So according to IPAL, right, when we were building this casual community, he came to help, and he was one of the players that really saw this space as a thing that he wanted to be a part of and try to help in the most positive way possible. And that the reason why it didn't work is because Kaizen, was being toxic, and that Nechi had to apologize for my attitude on my behalf, right? Because I was being so uncooperative and negative towards this guy. I'm glad you said that, buddy, because we have the receipts for before you were even a part of it, and these are your opinions, right? So he definitely can obviously see here, right, that I quote, "I would love to play him on these rules and still fold him. The players that make these types of lists mostly get mad about how people play in general, not so much about what they're using, which is valid, but at some point it's just a skill issue," right? So an opinion like that, before you even take a part of the community itself on what I was building, if you really felt that negatively about it, then honestly I don't see a reason for you to take part in it, because you clearly disagree with it, right? But let's say for argument's sake, well, I want to take a part of it so you can do exactly like you just said, fold me because you want to see that it's a skill issue. In what reality would you say this about somebody's tier list who's trying to do something to build their own community and they be okay with you and or the comments around it, especially if that's their first interaction with you? Any human being with common sense would read something like this and be like, first of all, you don't know me. Most of you guys haven't even played me. So to automatically assume my skill level based on me trying to do something for an environment that you so-called want to help is wild. What your intentions are is literally right here on the screen. you've literally verbatim stated what you would like to do if you got into the community and why you would be interested in the first place, which is basically to join and prove that you can still win even with bans. That's already a toxic motive behind something that's trying to be built on positivity. And if you're joining with an alternative motive just to prove a point that you're better than someone else, that is a egotistical power trip and something that a casual community simply does not need, because that breeds negativity and that breeds a confusion that is not necessary. Well, bashing a tier list and then immediately 360ing into somebody who wants to help is a nasty switch up. So saying that you want to help the community, but prior to you clearly are bashing something that is supposed to help the community, makes no sense. These are two different logics and statements that are clashing against each other. Once again, moving goalposts in stream while bringing over 40 people in to gradually highlight your own points and have hype men does not change reality. And I'm glad that this happened because I have plenty more receipts. Let's continue. Literally, I had hundreds of fucking Twitter comments from all sorts of different comp players. The Stars, Tachi, Pleiko, all sorts of these weirdos pulling up on the comments.
I thought it had nothing to do that. I thought it had nothing to do that.
Oh.
I thought it had nothing to do that.
Oh.
I thought it had nothing to do that.
Oh.
I thought it had nothing to do that.
Okay, I didn't say IPAL. I said again, I'm grouping them.
No, I'm just saying.
And that encouragement and this cult-like mentality is what brings the negativity of the game. So don't be like, oh, well, you just haven't experienced it. I've experienced it. I experienced.
You play a role in it too.
What's the role that I play? That I don't respect y'all? That I have my own?
It doesn't matter
because I have my own opinion, and I feel like the fact that I don't interact with y'all and I don't need y'all fucking opinion is what pisses y'all off. That's what I think it is.
No one cares about that. No one cares about that. No one cares about that. No one cares about that.
In your past tense, all is perjury. You lied about your ghost riders. You lied about your crew members. They all pussy. You lied on them. I know they all got you in them. Fuck a rap battle. This a long life battle with yourself.
I thought it had nothing to do that.
Crazy how the same person under IPAL's comment is the same person who is in our Discord spying and reporting back to the other competitive side about what we were doing in our own personal space, about the tier list we were doing, and constant non-stop ridicule and teasing in an environment that had, again, nothing to do with them. What happened when y'all came in? You had grown men coming and reporting to Pleiko, Rowley. That brought toxicity.
Raleigh's a child. He's not even 18.
Oh my God. Come on, man. These aren't babies. And I do want to clarify before you guys start stoning IPAL, he specifically did not send Rowley to do this and things that I heard and received information on with screenshots. However, they still greenlit this and was pretty much goading him on to do this until we caught him in the act doing it and received screenshots verbatim and a verbal confirmation that this is what he was doing. Up until he was caught and verbatim told and gave warnings that if he continues to do this, he will be banned out of the Discord, they were 1,000,000% on board with this and continuously encouraged him to do this behavior up until he got caught. Again, weird ass fucking behavior. So the straw man's second argument that, oh, this is one individual's action and that it doesn't affect every single comp player is a little bit weak when every single comp player surrounding said action is encouraging the action itself. That is fucking weird. And this is where the role play starts, and you guys can see not only did he not deny it, but he just glances over it and doesn't actually verbatim acknowledge, okay, yeah, we did do that. That is a little weird. That's our mistake, but can we move past it? No, he simply goes above it and makes the straw hat argument that Rowley is just a kid, which me personally, I think that is way worse than having a grown man lark, because you're basically role-playing the Hidden Leaf Village at this point, having literal kids fighting a war that you're too afraid to do something about yourself. Clearly, you clearly put your own 2 cents into something that had nothing to do with you. So you clearly care.
Hold on, let me get this straight. So us trying to make the community better, the players that y'all did have that tried to make the community a better place for everyone, we're all of a sudden, it's an ego trip for us.
This is one of those jokes write themselves moments where you guys just see the evidence right in front of you. That is in fact a very egotistical ass statement. Saying that you would love to play someone with rules just to fold them anyway in an environment where they're just trying to do something for a casual audience is in fact egotistical. Because the point of this entire environment isn't about winning or losing, it's about having fun and enjoying ourselves. But of course, somehow, for you, that translate to being a skill issue and you proving your point that you're better than me as a player, and then overall generalizing the consensus of what we're deciding is literally just based on skill issues, which is, again, yes, a ego trip. It doesn't help that, again, you have Rowley, the same grown man, or allegedly, according to y'all, a kid, right? Even worse, reporting to you guys based on whatever we're doing in our Discord, LARPing around, going back and forth, letting you guys know what we're doing on our side, when again, it has nothing to do with you. So yes, Cam, and in fact, this is an ego trip. Yes, in fact, that does contribute to overall toxicity, because if your statement is, why don't normal people, or why can't you casuals just stay where you're at? If you don't agree with our stuff, then why don't you just make your own community and box yourselves in? This is what trying to make your own community and boxing yourself looks like, and this is what attacking said community before you engage with it looks like, followed by joining said community with this ridicule, wiping everybody's memory like we're in Men in Black, like this never happened, and then expecting everybody to be okay with whatever you said prior to. This is what is called officially gaslighting. Because what happened when y'all came in? You had grown men coming and reporting to Playco, Rowley. That brought toxicity.
Raleigh's a child. He's not even 18.
Oh my God, come on, man. These aren't babies though. And again, it was encouraged. It wasn't like, oh, don't do that again. It was a regular thing. Each time we streamed, what would y'all do? Pull up in the stuff, right? Y'all would pull up in events that were meant for casuals and do what? We would ban characters for what? Just for y'all to pick the next team and be like, oh, well, you can play toxic with this and make it a point. So again, we had a regular environment where people were just chilling out, enjoying themselves. At a certain point for us, it didn't even matter if we won or lost, right? And then here you guys come in. Oh, here, let me show you how this works. So let me green bar you and do this. That's toxic, bro. That's weird.
What's toxic about playing the game? What are you talking about?
What's toxic about playing the game? The goalpost. So that was the first time in history on Twitter I broke the algorithm. Nechikage posted the tier list and the ban list we made for casuals to enjoy the game, because there are characters in this game that are busted and need to be restricted. If certain characters are paired together, you're going to be forced to sub. If you are forced to sub, you don't have any real defense because your guard is going to break eventually. And especially since this was pre-patch, your guard is breaking every 5 seconds. So there's no reason for you to have these combinations of characters. Let's nerf it and tweak it a little bit so we have a little bit of neutral. Naruto's a party game and it don't make too much sense, but let's try to limit it a little bit so everybody can have fun at a certain degree. Right, let's try to do something with it. Let's do something creative. Just fuck the balance. Let's do something for the sake of creativity so we see variety. So we see the rosters, we see the expression, right? This is the first time in history I ever broke Twitter algorithm. I wouldn't even bald. That man Nechi made the ban list, bro. My shit was jumping. I was getting tagged left and right. My shit was jumping. Dudes who don't even play the game was clowning it. Jumping. For a tier list. Who's this Kaizen? Who's this? Oh, it's the same casual who's been LARPing for years. Don't mind him. It didn't matter, right? And yet these dudes spent literal like 48 hours. I was at work. My shit was just bing, bing, bing. I'm like, yo, it was nasty, bro. All of this over a tier list. It was nasty, bro. All because I was like, nah, this needs to be for casual players, and y'all already have your own space. They still have their own little corner box space, bro. It still exists. So I was trying to preserve the casual space because I don't want nothing weird and bald, right? Didn't you know they started pulling up? So they see that it didn't work, right? Let me change let me go ahead and change my approach. So they start sending in spies. I can't make this up. I put that on my dead bird. I can't make it up. They start sending spies in the Discord. Hey man, I'm a casual. I just want to take part in the space. I think what you guys have is going is so cool, man. I'm just a normal player. I'm just a friendly casual. Wouldn't y'all know that boy was reporting back to the other side? Wouldn't you know we found out he was in the other Discord reporting back like a literal spot? The boy was Kabuto. Wouldn't you know that? And that's what I'm saying, bro. It's weird behavior. Y'all would want somebody in y'all part of y'all space doing weird shit like that, role playing to be Kabuto in the community. Why does it matter to you that much that you feel like you need to control the space? You feel like you're that much of an authority on the game that you gonna send weird people to spy in Discords and try to self-sabotage something that don't got nothing to do with you. So that's why for me it's a little bit more personal and weird, because it's not the first time they did it. And I feel like I was never the type of person clearly based on my channel brand, that gives a fuck about nobody's opinion. I will tell you exactly what it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. I might do a little role play myself and crack jokes and, you know, I might emphasize on certain avenues for, you know, entertainment value, but never in my life was I somebody to tell me no, because I'm not a top player. We're like, who are you, bro? You're not a god. You're a fraud on a 2D fighting game. And quite frankly, a lot of these people are not that good. A lot of these top players I've beaten, a lot of these players have beaten me. But the bottom line is it really don't matter like that. The ego that you got don't size up to who you are in real life outside of the keyboard. It don't size up. So who are you to tell me I can't make a tier list? Who are you to tell me I can't make a community? Fuck, I made the community. So they went around the shit and still find a way to be toxic, to the point where eventually there was too much in-house fighting, because now we got toxic weirdos trying to overthrow casuals. We got toxic weirdos with agendas trying to change up the Discord and mess up the... So the whole thing fell apart. The whole thing fell apart eventually. And my mistake was trying to expand too much and allowing other people's opinions to take priority where I was right. And I was proven I was right because the community fell apart eventually. And it fell apart eventually because the weirdos oversaturated and the casuals fell back. I don't want to be a part of this shit. It's weird. I don't want to get on a game with somebody pretending to be a casual to two-stock me, green bar me for a clip, and share it around their friends and say, look, these casuals aren't good. It's weird, bro. Nobody want to deal with that. So now we get back to the point where we hosting tournaments and we only got 7 dudes who want to play. It's the same 7 dudes. Guess who the 7 dudes are, guys? The comp players, the frauds, the dudes imposterizing. So that's the whole thing with the Storm community, which makes them bad. Because at the end of the day, you could try to do something for this community. You could try to improve it. And it's just role plays, weirdos. It's controlling. They have a very weird controlling mentality when it comes to Storm. If their opinion is not in it, they don't want nothing to do with it. And if their opinion isn't in it, they'll try to everything in their power to shut it down. And it's very, very weird to me. So that's why y'all got the lore, they got the story, and now y'all understand why this is the most toxic game on there. Spark and Zero didn't have that. I did my own community. Hell, people was hopping in there and joining. You had different creators pulling up and trying to do different stuff with the community. So it wasn't no, well, I'm a better player. I had players way, way, way better than me coming from their camp to play in the Spark and Zero stuff and be positive with it. So it wasn't no, what? I'm a top player. What are you doing making the tournament? No. You can't ban this. This is dumb. Sure, we had character debate bans, like should fusions be banned? Should Blue Goji, should UI be banned? Like, you know, we had those, but it wasn't never no, oh no, let me spend my spies in there. Let me send people in there to sabotage this Spark and Zero tournament going so I can prove a point. It was none of that weird shit, bro. And the craziest part about it is I've been to a IRL Storm tournament. I've been to an in-person Storm tournament where a lot of these people are. They're not like that, bro. They're like these Shermish, soft, like weird. You ever picture the typical nerdy anime weirdo? That's them, bro. That's them, bro. That's how they carry themselves. So the online aggression and the weird behavior that they carry, they don't have in real life. They don't have that chip on their shoulder. They're not as boyish, like they're not boisterous. They're not, oh yeah, this is my opinion, what's up? They're weird. Hi. Like, it's weird, bro. So that's the whole reason why this is the worst community. Because not only are they not like that in real life, they go above and beyond the sabotage stuff that has nothing to do with them. Their egos are through the roof. They don't know when to stop role playing. Like, it's just weird. They act like anime characters. I've had dudes voice act and pretend to be Itachi. I've heard them quoting characters bar for bar. They got this little cult going on. Like 6, 7, 8. I got so many reasons for y'all why this is the worst community. But that's my 2 cents. I yapped long enough. I'm gonna be streaming this game off and on. Let me know if y'all want stories, bro, because I got so many stories for y'all on the weird stuff that I was going through, bro. The weird stuff that I've seen. We got receipts. So before y'all tell me I'm capping, that's not the full story. We got receipts. We got the evidence. I got all this stuff lined up. So next stream, I might do something fun with y'all. I might give y'all a little story time. Give y'all like the full, like the receipts and everything. Because this stuff is nasty, bro. It's actually crazy. But I just want people to be aware because people have asked me, what's the worst community? So it's a little quick little video, a little rant going on here. Tell y'all exactly why I don't like the Storm community. And then, you know, put it into perspective. And would y'all like somebody who did that to y'all? Would y'all like a community or want to be a part of a community that's weird like that? So shout out to Papa Birdo for actually keeping this game relevant. And, you know, shout out to the actual positive creators and people who do stuff for this game. There's not that many, but there's a very, very small few who are actually cool. So shout out to them as well. It's been Kaizen. I'm going to see y'all in the next video. I'm probably going to be streaming by the time this drops, so y'all can catch it and lock it on stream. And I'm going to see y'all later, bro. Later.